Hi, I'm Colin. Welcome to Learn Somatics. In today's class, we're going to go through a sequence of movements that are going to address the middle back, the shoulders, and the neck. So it's going to make all those areas feel much more comfortable. So let's get started. Lay out on your back, and let's do a brief assessment. So find your way out onto your back, arms loosely by your side, and because we're going to be working with the upper back, middle back, neck, shoulder areas, they're the areas I want you to focus on right now and to just get a sense of how comfortable they are at the moment. So once you're laying out on your back, just bring your attention to your shoulder blades underneath you, between you and the floor, and compare the feeling of the right shoulder blade to the left shoulder blade. And notice, do the shoulder blades feel like they're in the same position on your back on each side? Or does one feel like it's a little closer to your spine, a little closer to the ground, or just in a different position to the other one? There's a lot of muscles that connect to the shoulder blades. If some of them are tight, they can draw the shoulder blade into a different position, one side to the other. And just notice if one shoulder feels more weighted into the floor than the other. Also notice the comfort of the middle and upper back. Can you feel those areas in contact with the ground? Maybe they feel like they're lifted a little bit off the ground, like the back is somewhat arched. And notice how that feels then on up into your neck. And note the head position. And then you can also notice the comfort of the arms. Notice the comfort of the arms. And just get a sense of the arms lying in the same position left and right, or is one arm maybe rolled a little palms up or a little palms down. Okay, and once we've got a sense of how our arms, shoulders, our middle back and our upper back and neck feel now, we can get into these movements and start to make some changes. So the very first thing we're going to do is just gently begin to press the head straight down into the ground. And as you do that, you're going to feel there's some tension in your middle back, upper back, back of the neck. You probably get a sense of your chest or your ribs are starting to lift a little bit. And then slowly just let that relax and let the ribs and the upper back come down to the floor. And we're going to repeat that a couple of times so we can feel the connection between the head and the middle and upper back. So again, press the head down into the floor. Feel how the more you press, the more the middle of your trunk lifts from the floor. So we can use this movement to immediately start to release into the middle back. And then slowly relax and let it all come back to the floor. This is very simple, but it feels very good in the middle back when you do this. So let's do that 2 more times. Pressing the head back and intentionally lifting the rib cage in the back or the chest up into the air. And the more you do that, the more you can feel it in your neck. Makes the whole thing feel much clearer. We're getting a nice clear contraction in those areas, and then very, very slowly let it relax, let it soften, so let the whole sink back down to the floor. Last time, pressing the head back, lifting the middle of the back or the rib cage up, almost like you're lifting your chest to the ceiling, and then slowly and carefully relaxing back to the floor. Okay, so just take a moment to rest now, and notice if that's made the middle and upper part of your back feel a bit more flat on the floor. When we pandiculate in this way, we can make changes very quickly into what we can feel. So if you've done that slowly and carefully, you should immediately be feeling a little softer in the middle and upper back, and the neck should be feeling a little bit looser. Okay, let's press the head back again, lift the chest, and just notice how it makes your tail press down as well. So just be kind of deliberate and press the head down, press your tail down, and let the middle of the back lift up. And again, slowly let that relax. Back to rest. And you'll feel that now you're kind of getting the entire spine. We'll do that a couple of times as well. Pressing the head down, lifting the middle back up, pressing the tail into the floor. Just enough that you can feel the back contract, and then slowly sink back to the floor. And do that 1 more time. Head back into the floor. Chest lifts up, tail presses down. making a bridge with your back. Feel how that creates very clear contraction, and then just slowly let it relax, getting a nice clear relaxation of all those spinal muscles. And once you're done, just be at rest and notice how that makes your entire back of your spine feel a bit softer and a bit more comfortable. So it's very easy to start relaxing your muscles once you know how. We contract them first, slow release, and then have a little rest to let our brain sense the change in tension, the reduction in tension. Okay, let's move on. Bring your legs to bend. And I want you to bring your attention now to your right shoulder. And you're going to press your right shoulder down into the ground gently. And I want you to turn your head to the right as well. And then slowly relax both of those efforts. Back to rest. And we're going to repeat that a couple of times. We want to notice what happens. When we press the shoulder down, again, you're going to feel there's a bit of an arch in the back. Lift your chest up. Turn your head to the right as well. And you can even press your right side of your head into the ground a little bit. And then slowly relax to rest. And we'll do that one more time. The right shoulder presses down. Again, feel how it makes the chest lift up. Let the head turn right as well. Press your head down into the floor a little bit as it's turned right. And then again, slowly, carefully, letting everything relax. Back to rest. Just starting to release out the muscles in the back of the right shoulder and the back of the right side of the neck. Now we're going to press the right shoulder down again, feeling how it makes the back arch. This time I want you to turn your head to the left and press it down. This creates a kind of a different relationship. And then slowly relax back to rest. So now we're getting the back of the right shoulder, but the left side of the neck. And let's just repeat that 2 more times. Right shoulder presses down. Feel the chest lift up, the back arches. Head turns left. Press the left side of your head down. And slowly and smoothly come back to rest. And let's just do that one more time. Right shoulder presses down, back arches. Head turns left. Press the left side of the head into the floor. Feel what happens in your back when you're pressing down. You're creating tension in the back, and then slowly and carefully just let that relax back to rest. Okay, very brief, very effective. Just lay back, let your legs be straight again, and yeah, just check in with that. See how that feels through the upper back and the comfort of your shoulders again. If you've done that slowly and carefully, you should feel quite different through the back of that right shoulder. And the neck should be starting to feel a little bit softer also. Okay, now let's go through the other permutations on that. We're going to need to start using the left shoulder. So now we're going to press the left shoulder down into the floor. Feel the back arch, allow that to happen. Head turns left. Press the left side of the head into the ground. And then again, slowly just relax back to rest. Notice if it's harder or easier, or if there's any difference in doing it on this side. Pressing the left shoulder down, head turns to the left. Press the left side of the head into the ground. Arch the back deliberately to help you press down with the left shoulder and left side of the head. And then slowly relax back to rest. And do that one more time, pressing the left shoulder down, head turns left. Press the left side of the head down, back arches. And then slowly come back to rest. Now remain with the left side shoulder, and we're going to turn the head to the right this time. So the left shoulder presses down, mid back arches, head goes right. Press the right side of the head down, and then slowly relax. And we'll do that 2 more times as well. So we've thoroughly hit all the different permutations. Left shoulder presses down, back arches, head turns right, head presses down, slowly release to rest. Again, you're going to feel your back just getting a little bit softer each time. Last one, left shoulder presses straight down into the floor, arching the back, head turns right, press down. And then slowly and smoothly as you can, just coming to rest. Okay. Again, let your legs be straight. Notice how that feels now through the middle back, the upper back, the back of the shoulders, and on up into the neck. You should be immediately feeling quite a bit more comfortable and soft through those areas. Okay, so for the next part of this lesson, we're going to work on our side. So let's change positions now, and we're going to roll onto our lay on our left side with the right side up. So set yourself up on your side like so. Just make yourself comfortable. You can use a pillow, and knees at about 90, top side arm resting along your waist. And we're going to start working a little bit into the shoulders and neck now. I want you to draw your right side shoulder towards your ear. And then from here, just pick up your head as if you're trying to tip your ear toward your shoulder. Just feel how that creates a clear contraction in the right side of your neck and shoulder. And then real slowly, just let all of that relax. Let your ear and shoulder come away from each other. We'll do that a couple of times. Shrug the shoulder up, pick up the head to tip the ear to the shoulder, and then slowly relaxing back to rest. And let's do that just one more time, nice and easy. Shoulder shrugs up, head picks up. It's like you're holding a phone or something between your ear, but you're bringing your ear and your shoulder together, getting a clear contraction on the top of that right shoulder. And very, very slowly coming back to rest, allowing gravity to bring your head down all the way to rest. Let's change this slightly. Next, I want you to press your head down into the pillow and then draw your shoulder up towards the ear again, and then slowly relax to rest. And just notice how this is a different action now. You're getting the other side of your neck, the right side of the shoulder. Head pressing down into your pillow or into your arm. Right shoulder draws to the ear. And you'll probably feel this more in the bottom side of your waist. And then slowly relax to rest. We're addressing both sides of the neck from this one position. Let's do that one more time as well. Head pressing down, shoulder drawing up towards your ear, sort of following your ear, and then slowly relaxing back to rest. And we're going to do one more brief little exploration here. And this time it's going to be lifting the head a little bit, ear to shoulder, but now I want you to reach down with your arm away from your head, down towards your hip, and then just slowly let that relax as well. So now we're not bringing the ear and shoulder together, we're actually sliding the shoulder away down toward the hip, reaching down with our hand, and then we're picking up the head so the ear kind of follows the shoulder, and then slowly coming back to the start position. And just notice as you do this that your trunk is involved also. As you reach down, you'll feel the side of the body contract, and as you pick up the head, you'll feel even more of the trunk involved, the ribs, all the way down the waist. And then slowly coming back to rest. Okay, so we've started to loosen up the shoulder and the neck a little bit here. Let's take advantage of this now. Take this right hand and just place it on the high diagonal along the floor. So it's going to cross along your eyebrow or your nose area like so. And from here, keeping your palm facing forward, I want you to draw your elbow and arm back toward your lower back like so. But keep your palm facing forward, so don't kind of go like this. I want you to go palm facing forward and draw your elbow back towards your lower back. Just notice what that feels like. And then slowly and easily, smoothly reaching back and long up towards that high diagonal. We're going to do a couple of repetitions of this. Scooping or sweeping the arm and elbow back. And think about bringing your, not just your elbow, but your armpit and your shoulder back towards your lower back. Like so. And when you get back there, I want you to squeeze your armpit shut, and you'll feel how that creates a lot more tension. And then slowly release. and reach up and high again, back the way you came. So now we're getting into some of the larger muscles of the shoulder girdle. You're getting into your lats and some of the muscles around the shoulder blade. And again, sweeping the elbow, armpit and shoulder back towards the lower back. And just pick up your head a little bit as well. Feel how that makes the whole thing more clear. You can feel more muscle engagement. And then as you slowly relax, let your head come down as you reach up and forward a little with that arm. And almost think about reaching with your armpit. Like so. And let's do one more of those. Drawing that armpit, elbow and shoulder down toward your low back. Picking up the head. Feeling how that makes the whole side of the body contract. Clamp the armpit shut. And then slowly and carefully relaxing through the back and reaching up and high with that arm. Let's change this just slightly. We're going to do the same action of the arm, drawing the armpit, elbow, shoulder back towards the low back. This time as you pick up your head, just ever so slightly look over the shoulder. And notice how that creates a bit more sensation in the neck. And then slowly and carefully reaching high and long again, just slowly releasing out all that tension in the back, lengthening out the back of the body and the arm. And we'll do that 2 more times. Elbow goes back to the lower back, clamp the armpit shut, pick up the head, look slightly over the shoulder, and then slowly let everything soften as the head comes down and you reach high and forward a little bit with that arm. And let's do that one final time. Looking over the shoulder, elbow to the lower back, squeezing the armpit shut. Getting a nice clear contraction onto that side of the body and the shoulder. And relax. All right, so we spent a little time working with this right side shoulder. Let's lay out on our back and see how that feels. So if you've done that slowly and carefully, that should feel quite a bit different. Now through the back of that side of your body, the right side, shoulder and trunk is going to feel very, very different. You may feel a little bit like you're lying on an angle, like you're tilted a bit to the right. The entire back of that right side feeling a bit closer to the floor. That arm feeling a bit more loose, a bit more open, and just that side of your body feeling a bit larger generally. You may even notice that the leg feels a little different on that side. So just spend a little time noticing those changes, feeling the difference between the side that you've pandiculated, where you've relaxed and reduced the tension, compared to the other side. Your body will always feel more comfortable with less resting muscle tension. The lower you can get your resting level of muscle tension, the better. Ideally, we want to be able to have 0 tension in our muscles when we're not using them, and then the ability to use them 100% if we need to, but then switch them off. So if you've done that carefully, you'll have reduced the tension quite substantially on that right side, and you should be feeling the effects of that right now. So obviously we want to have both sides of the shoulder relaxed. So let's change sides now. You're going to lay on the other side, lay down on your right side with your left side facing up, and we'll do the other shoulder. So again, we set up on our side, comfortably on our pillow, left arm resting along our side. And we're just going to work our way through this little sequence to free up the left neck and shoulder as well. So to begin, shrug the shoulder up toward the ear, and we're going to pick up the head again, like we're trying to bring our left ear to our left shoulder, and then we're going to slowly relax both efforts and just come back to the floor. Nice small movement, but helps us to release the top of the shoulder and the left side of the neck. Shrug the shoulder up, pick up the head. It's like you're squishing something between your neck and your shoulder. And then slowly and smoothly as you can, come on down. Feel the shoulder soften out. And we'll do that one more time. Head picks up, shoulder comes up to ear. Be very clear that you can feel the contraction between your neck and your shoulder on this side. And if you can feel a contraction, then it's within your power to slowly release that contraction, let it all soften out. When we contract muscles deliberately, we put ourselves back in the driving seat, so to speak. We put ourselves back in charge. We're re-establishing voluntary control by tightening them on purpose. Okay. This time, press your head down into the pillow and draw your shoulder up to your ear a little bit. And you may feel how this makes your bottom side of your waist, the bottom side waist that's on the floor, lift up a little bit, and then slowly relax back to rest. We're tipping the head down into the floor, drawing the shoulder up toward the ear, and then slowly relaxing to rest. So we're going in the opposite direction with the head than we were doing previously. One more time. Press the head into the pillow a little bit, or tip the head into the pillow a little bit. Draw the shoulder up, and slowly relax to rest. And then last little permutation with this particular movement. Pick the head up a little bit, slide the arm down, reach down with the arm, sending the shoulder away from the head, and then slowly and smoothly let everything come back to rest. And we'll do that 2 times. Pick up the head, reach down with the arm, feel how it makes the side of your trunk contract. So you're not only getting your neck and shoulders, you're getting your waist all the way down to the hip. And then slowly back to rest. And do that one more time. Reaching down with the arm as you pick up the head. So we're sort of getting into a bit of a side bend here in a sneaky way. And then back to the floor. Okay, now let's get into this larger movement. So again, take your left arm now and place it on that high diagonal, sort of a little above your head and in front. And we're going to start by keeping the palm facing forward as we draw the elbow, shoulder blade, and armpit back towards the low back, like so. You'll feel this creates tension in the area just to the rear of your armpit and down the side. Squeeze the armpit shut in this position, and slowly relax. Reach high and long with that arm. Bringing the armpit away from the lower back as you do so. And we'll repeat that. Elbow, armpit, shoulder blade back towards the lower back. Squeeze it down. Slowly release. Reaching. Instead of thinking about reaching with your hand, think about reaching with your armpit. And that will really help you lengthen out that whole area in your back. Sending the hand high and long. Let's do that. Let's add the lifting of the head as we draw the elbow, shoulder blade, and armpit back towards the lower back. Clamping down on that armpit. And then again, slowly as the head comes down, we're reaching with our armpit. We're trying to bring our armpit up and slightly forward in the direction of our hand. And let's do 2 more of those. Armpit, elbow, shoulder towards the lower back, head picks up. Squeeze on the armpit. That engages the larger muscles, the lats and the traps. Slowly, as the head comes down, reach with the armpit. By using the armpit as a reference point, we lengthen them out more efficiently. Right, forward. And we'll do 1 more of these. Elbow, shoulder blade and armpit toward the lower back. Palm facing forward. Head is lifted. Squeeze a little bit on that armpit. Clamp it shut. And then slowly relax. Just notice what it feels like to relax muscles. There's a very distinct flavor of feeling. Reaching high and long with that arm. Now we're just going to do 3 repetitions where we attempt to look a little bit over that shoulder, over our left shoulder. So the action of the arm is the same. Elbow down towards the low back, squeeze the armpit shut, pick up the head and just ever so slightly look over that shoulder. And then slowly reaching high and long with the armpit again. Two more. Elbow down to the lower back, looking a little over the shoulder. Slowly relaxing back to rest. And last time, drawing that elbow down toward the lower back and looking over our shoulder just a little bit. So we take in a bit more of the neck muscles, and then slowly, of course, relaxing all of those areas as well as we come back to the start position. Okay, so we've worked through that on the second side. Let's lay out on our back and see if things don't feel a bit more equal now. Now, if you've done that slowly and carefully, you should find that now the left side of your back feels nice and soft and open and wide and comfortable again. You may even feel now like you're kind of lying on a hill tilted a little bit to your left. It's amazing how you can make differences left and right very quickly. Before you felt like you were tipped to the right, now you feel like you were tipped to the left. So both sides are getting more and more relaxed as you go through these movements. All right, so we've given some attention to each side of the shoulder, each side of the neck. So now we can do some movements on our back. So bring your legs to bent again. And we're going to have our arms placed up toward the ceiling, like so. And bring your attention to the right arm again, and just begin to reach for the ceiling with that right arm. And now that we've relaxed the muscles in the back of the shoulder, you should find that you have more appreciation for how they lengthen when you reach forward. And then slowly let the shoulder come back down, but the arm stays up in the air. So our arms are actually kind of stationary here. And as we reach up to the ceiling, it's the action of the shoulder coming forward and the trunk and the back kind of lengthening out that allows us to reach our fingers to the ceiling. And then slowly come on back to the floor. Let's do just two more of those. Reaching up, feeling how the ribs kind of roll a little bit, and the shoulder blade lift from the floor. And then as we come down, the back of the shoulder relaxes and gets heavy. And we'll do that once more, reaching up with the shoulders, or the shoulder, should I say, and then real slowly coming down, feeling the back of the shoulder just melt away from the ribs. Okay. Just let your arms be on the floor for a moment. Let your legs be straight again. And just notice if that makes the back of the right shoulder now feel a bit heavier on the floor. We literally did 4 repetitions there, very, very brief. And just notice if that's changed that feeling in the back. Best thing about Somatics is that it works fast. Once you relax those muscles, they're relaxed. It's done. Okay, bring the legs to bent. Let the arms be up in the air again. This time we're going to reach with the left hand, left arm. So again, reaching up, same thing. Feel how the reaching of the arm, the getting arm closer to the ceiling comes from the shoulder lifting up. And then as we come back down, we're relaxing all those muscles that draw the shoulder forward. So before we were getting into the back of the shoulder, now we're getting a bit more into the chest muscles, some of the serratus muscles, different muscles of the shoulder. And let's repeat that. Lifting the left arm and hand reaching toward the ceiling. And then slowly coming on down. And we're going to do 2 more of these, reaching with that left arm toward the ceiling. And then coming on down real slow. And remember, we go slow so that we get a nice controlled, deliberate release. Last time on the left, reaching up. Notice if you can reach further or less on this side. And then again, slowly coming on down. Again, let your arms rest down, let your legs be straight for a second, and just check in with that and see if that hasn't made your left shoulder now feel nice and heavy and rested on the ground again. And you probably thought your shoulders felt nice and rested on the ground after the previous side lying movements we did. And now you're feeling, actually, there's even more relaxation I can get in my shoulders just by doing a different movement or releasing the front of the shoulder girdle as well. So it's never ending. There's always more relaxation that can be obtained. Okay, bring the legs to bent and let's play with this a little bit. Reach with the left arm and stay reaching, and keep your left arm reaching as you try to reach with the right arm until such a point that you feel like you have to let the left arm come down a little bit. You let your right arm win and you feel you're rolling across your back. And then from there, start to reach with the left arm again until such a point as the right shoulder starts to go down. Again, you're rolling across your back. So the intention is always to be reaching with the two arms, but you're just kind of letting one win alternately over the other. And you'll feel how you're just rolling side to side across your upper back, getting a nice lengthening out of those muscles in the back of the shoulder girdle and getting a nice contraction on those muscles in the front of the shoulder girdle. Just go back and forth like this a couple of times, lengthening out the back. Nice and smooth. We'll do one more back and forth, and then come to rest again. Let the arms rest down, let the legs rest down, and see if that doesn't feel like the shoulders have actually flattened out even a little bit more. We can hold a lot of tension in our neck, shoulder area, the whole upper body part. So having simple movements we can do that can release the tension is really, really useful. So any one of these sequences we're doing, these little movement patterns we're doing, you can use them to release tension in your shoulder girdle and just feel more comfortable and less stressed generally. All right, let's continue. So bring your legs back to bent, and this time I want you to place your arms on the floor above your head like so. So like you're making a capital Y shape. And we're going to use two letter shapes here to define what we're doing. This is our capital Y. And from here, I want you to arch your back a bit and slide your arms down the floor into a W shape. So you're just letting the elbows bend, right? And drawing your elbows towards your lower back. And then slowly and carefully let your back soften out and the arch come down as you reach into your capital Y position. Okay, let's do a couple of repetitions of this. Arching the back, rolling onto our tail, drawing into the W, and then slowly relaxing the back, letting it flatten out as we reach into our Y shape. And this is very similar if you're someone who likes to go to the gym. This is like a pull-up action, arching the back, drawing the shoulders down, and think about bringing your armpits down in the back and the shoulder blades. And then as the back flattens, slowly and carefully reaching up along the floor with the armpits and shoulder blades as well. Don't just think about your hands. Arch, armpits, shoulder blades, and elbows. Pull down. We go into our W shape. Slowly release. Armpits, shoulder blades, and arms go up into our Y shape. Let's do one more. Arching, drawing into the W, and make sure you can feel the muscles in your back that pull your shoulder blades, your arms down, and then slowly flattening the back and reaching into our Y shape again. Okay, now this time let's differentiate out the back from the arms a little bit and the shoulders. So go into your arch and hold, and I want you to keep the arch as you draw your elbows down into a W, and then gently reach up into a Y, and go back and forth like this a few times where you keep the arch and you move the shoulders and arms. This just helps you to feel how the arching relates to the action of the arms and shoulders. Nice and easy. And we do that one more time. Arching and going into the W and then back to the Y. And let your back rest down or relax down. And now this time I want you to flatten your back a little bit. So you're just going to gently roll your low back into the floor and hold. and keep that position of the low back as you do your W arms and your Y arms. So you're separating out the two different movements of the back and the shoulders for your brain. So you can feel how they can be independent as well as combined. And it's just nice, lazy up and down of the shoulders and arms into the W and Y position alternately. Okay. And just come to rest for a second and keep your legs bent, keep your arms wherever you're finished. And we're going to do two more little permutations here. So let your arms be in the Y position. And this time, keep your arms in that Y position. They're not going to move. And you're just going to arch and flatten your back a couple of times. So now the shoulders are staying still and the trunk is moving. Before, the trunk was staying still and the shoulders were moving. So each time we do these, we're making ourselves more smart with our body. We can do more things. We have more possibilities. So just nice and easy, couple of lazy arches and flattens with the arms in the Y position. And come to rest. Now we're going to hold the arms in the W position, just at a comfortable degree. So just bring them down so you're not forcing them down to your lower back. Just have a nice comfortable W shape with your arms. And again, you're going to arch and flatten your back in this position. And let your head go along for the ride. Just nice, lazy, easy arches and flattens. Like that. Okay, we'll do a couple of repetitions. And that should be enough. Okay, now, just out of curiosity, we're going to go back to the initial movement, which was arching, drawing the elbows down into the W, and then flattening and reaching up into the Y position. And just notice if this doesn't feel a bit easier now that you've kind of broken it up into little pieces and compared the different actions. Can you arch and W and flatten and Y more freely? Do you feel like you have more control? And does it just feel softer generally? I'll just do two more of these. Arching, drawing the elbows down, flattening, reaching up with the Y arms, arching, drawing the elbows down, and flattening and reaching up with the Y arms. Okay. All right. Let your arms rest by your side. Let your legs be straight and be at rest. And just notice what that feels like through your lower back, through the back entirely, and all the way up into the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the middle back. And notice also the comfort of the legs. You can't really, once you're working with the trunk, the shoulders, there's relationships between the shoulders and the hips. So working with the shoulders will give you some better feeling into the legs as well. You should be starting to feel very comfortable in the back of the body. The shoulders blades should be starting to feel nice and soft, like they have smoothed out the edges. There's no pointy bits. And just lying on the ground generally should be starting to feel a lot better. All right, bring your legs back to bent, and let's just do another small exploration to finish. Let your arms be out to the side, the hands at a level a little bit below the shoulders, just a comfortable level. And roll your right arm downward. So think about rolling your elbow so the fold of your elbow is rolling into the floor. Feel how it makes your right shoulder pick up, and you're rolling onto your right thumb and the back of your right hand, like so. And then slowly let that relax. And then do the same thing with just your left arm. Roll the elbow downwards. Feel how it makes the shoulder scoop up, and you roll onto the thumb and back of the left hand. And then slowly relax. And go back to the right hand and do the same. Roll the shoulder down. Elbow rolls over, hand rolls over. And sort of draw the shoulder in towards your face a little bit, and then slowly release. And then on the left, do the same thing. Roll the elbow down, roll the arm down, shoulder scoops up, draw it up to the face a little bit, and see how it kind of pushes your face to the right. And then slowly release. And then do the right side, rolling it down, drawing the shoulder up towards the face, and then let the drawing in of the shoulder push your head to the left, and then slowly release. And then on the left side, roll the arm down, shoulder towards the face, let it push your head to the right, and slowly release, letting everything come back to rest. Let's alternate a few times. Back and forth as we roll the arm down and draw it up to the face, it pushes the face to the other side. Okay, good. Now, the next time you roll your right shoulder down, or your right arm down, and push your face to the left, roll your left arm upwards. And then as you slowly release and roll your left arm down, drawing the shoulder toward the face, turning the face to the right, roll your right arm upwards. So now your head is turned right, your right arm is rolling up and your left arm is rolling down. And you're going to slowly relax and then go the other way, rolling the right arm down, drawing the shoulder to the face, pushing the head to the left, and rolling the left arm up. And then slowly release and do the other way. Left arm rolls down, draw the shoulder to the face, turns the face to the right, right arm rolls up. And just go back and forth like that. Using the action of the arm and shoulders to sort of push the face side to side. Nice and gently. Get a nice flow going. And once you have a rhythm established, I want you to let your hips and knees go opposite your head and then go the other way. So you just switch everything over. And we're back into our wash rag. We're getting a nice, full wringing out of the entire body. Just notice what that feels like to be able to rotate the arms and shoulders, to turn the head and neck. And do this in a way that feels pleasurable and comfortable. And go back and forth like that for about another 10 seconds or so until you are satisfied that you're done. All right, I come back to rest. Now, let's lay out flat and be still. So just spend a moment noticing what it feels like to be laid out flat now compared to what you had at the beginning. And if you can recall anything about your contact with the floor or the comfort of your neck and shoulders and arms at the start, compare that to what you have now and ask yourself which state you prefer. And if you prefer how it feels now, I would encourage you to use these movements regularly to help to stay feeling like this, relaxed, comfortable, calm, and soft in your muscles. So that concludes this lesson for the neck, shoulders, and middle and upper back. I hope you found it useful. Take your time. When you get to your feet, have a little walk around, see how it feels in walking, and enjoy that feeling of being nice and loose in the shoulders and neck. Hope to see you in class again soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.